Look at how their demeanor changes. These are the people we put in charge of our kids. That is terrifying. All of the kids collectively said, did this officer just say bro? No, I'm out this hoe.
NANI? Dynamite! Dynamite!
It is another day in America, and there's a 1 in 3 chance of there being a school shooting, and today was one of those days. Another mass school shooting has taken place in America, and it took place in Oxford, Michigan. And we're going to get into the details. We're going to get into the story. We're going to get the headlines. But just off top, what's the number, right? What's the number it's going to take? How many kids have to be slaughtered before we collectively as a nation just are like, okay, we got to do something? I'm not saying you got to take the guns. I'm not saying that you got to have like super strict, but we got to do something. Like what happened in New Zealand, it just took one mass shooting and they're like, okay, all guns are gone. But like, I'm not even talking about like their kids were involved. These were just adults. We talking about kids. I thought, and this is the thing, honest to God truth, after Sandy Hook, I thought for sure we were going to do something. And after Sandy Hook, the light for that dimmed significantly. Let's get into the specs. A 15-year-old sophomore from Oxford High School in Michigan had 5 minutes with a semi-automatic pistol. 5 minutes, he was able to kill 3 people and injure a total of 9. But he murdered 3. All 3 believed to be students. 1 teacher was injured. 5 minutes. Let's talk about some of the things this school had, like a resource officer. There was an officer on site, and I'll continue to say this and continue to repeat it. This is the prime example of how police do not stop crime. There was a resource officer in the building, and he couldn't do anything about it for 5 whole minutes. Police don't stop crime. Police don't minimize crime. Police try their best to solve crimes or extract funds for the government. That's their only purpose in harassing colored people or poor people. In fact, they have a lot of jobs, and all of them seem to be terrible. Why do we even have them? They're just not good at their job. Furthermore, it's not a job they can actually do. Let's get into it, shall we? We start with 3 killed, 8 wounded in shooting at Michigan High School. 15-year-old student opened fire inside Michigan High School Tuesday, killing 3 people and wounding 8 others. This is updated about an hour ago. Authorities said the suspect, who has not been named, was taken into custody without incident. So after he did all this, he submitted himself, which is crazy. Police said in one of the 8 injuries was a teacher. High school is located 45 miles north of Detroit. The other injured victims are students. Police said it's not yet clear if the suspect targeted any specific students, but said they were not aware of any warning signs before the shooting. This is a lie. This is a blatant lie. The school was not only aware of something going on in the school, they had signs. This is a note from the school that was sent to all teachers. We are the OHS parents and guardians. We are aware of the numerous rumors that have been circulating throughout our building this week. We understand that has created some concern for students and parents. Please know that we have received every concern shared with us and investigated all information provided. Some rumors have evolved from the incident last week, while others do not appear to have any connection. Students' interpretations of social media posts and false information have I feel like I know this word, but I never say this word out loud while reading it. Exacerbated. Overall concern. We wanted our parents and students to know that there has been no threats to our buildings. Now, they're not saying the thing that happened, but let me say the thing that happened. A deer decapitated head was left in the school. Someone decapitated a deer and brought the head to school and left it there. Those students were caught and accounted for, but it was a gesture towards violence. It was being used as a gesture towards violence. The safety and security of our students and staff is always at our top priority. To accomplish this task, OHS has numerous highly trained professionals. The survey says that wasn't true. To accomplish this, highly trained professionals who work to keep the building safe and secure. We have counselors and social workers who work with students on a daily basis. We also have 2 highly trained security guards and an Oakland County resource officer on site who assist us as well. Please contact us if you are aware of a specific threat or concern. Sincerely, OHS administration. So what did we learn? Right? What did we learn? That they did know that something was going on and not enough was done to prevent this from happening. You want to know what would have been great? Something that keeps black school shooters from happening more often than not? Metal detectors. But oh no, if we put metal detectors in the front of our schools, it makes it look like a prison. Everything about school makes it look like a prison. You're forced to do something for 8 hours that you don't want to do. You're held against your will. You have to eat shitty food. There's underserved and underpaid people in charge of you that will more than likely abuse you or not teach you the truth about your circumstances or inform you of the truth that your circumstances were brought about by them. School's a wonderful place to go if you want to learn what it's like to be part of a system that isn't interested in seeing you grow out of the system. Metal detectors would have been great. That's why you don't see school shootings happening in black schools. They happen around them, but not in them, because they treat them like prisoners, and prisoners just don't get that much access. But these kids do. And the superintendent, the principal, and a host of other people should be held responsible for knowing that a gesture of violence was going on in the school and nothing was done to stop it. But that's just an aspect of it that will make you feel better, right? But let's talk about what we saw and what we could have done. This is chilling when you think about it. What you're about to see is video from within the school. This is video from within the school. This kid right here. So the person says, and I don't know if you guys can hear this, the person behind the door is saying, sheriff's office, you need to come out. But these kids are so mystified and terrified that the shooter is actually on the other side of the door, they don't buy it. And you can hear them regurgitating training that they received, because you have to know what these kids know. The shooter was also in the class when they received the training. And the number one rule is never open the door. Go out the window. If you can get out of the window safely, if you're being told to open the door, exit through the window. And you see the training that our kids have to initiate. Look at how they all collectively understand that this might be a setup. Just watch this harrowing scene. I'm going to start it from the beginning.
Sheriff's office. Safe to come out.
Yeah, I said it's safe to come out.
Now, we're not willing to take that risk right now. I can't hear you. We're not taking that risk right now. Okay, well, come to the door and look at my bag, bro.
No. Yeah, bro.
He said bro. He said bro. The officer, the sheriff, if this is the real sheriff's officer behind the door, his lack of professionalism is the reason all these kids were like, nope, gotta go. Gotta get the fuck up out of there. Look at how their demeanor changes. These are the people we put in charge of our kids. That is terrifying. All of the kids collectively said, did this officer just say bro? No, I'm out this hoe. Look at their body language. Just listen to this.
We're going to take that risk right now.
I can't hear you.
We're not taking that risk right now.
Okay, well, come to the door and look at my bag, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He said bro.
He said bro. Red flag.
And it's madness. They literally all said, like, red flag, window, they all moved.
Slow down, you're fine.
I want you to drop backpacks. You're okay. We're okay.
Sheriff's office. Safe to come out.
Yeah, he said it's safe to come on.
And it's crazy that they have, like, we talk about how these kids aren't prepared for anything, but they're literally prepared to survive. Listen to one of them say, oh, it's safe to come out. And the one in the white shirt standing up says, keep her cool. We have to run through the scenarios to make sure it's safe. Furthermore, the officer who is accepting them when they come through the door, that means they've already apprehended the suspect. But this is how they have to train them to fish them out because they're not going to open the door. And that's fucking mind-boggling to me. That's mind-boggling to me.
Now, we're not willing to take that risk right now.
We're not willing to take
We're not
that
taking
risk.
that risk right now.
Okay, well, come to the door and look at my bag, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He said bro.
He said bro. Red flag.
Red flag. Look at their body language.
Slow down, you're fine.
I want you to drop backpacks. You're okay. We're okay.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me that this is even a scenario and a situation.
Yeah, he said it's safe to come on.
For the life of me, like, if that video right there, because none of those kids know how to balance a checkbook. None of those kids know how to pay for their utility bills. None of those kids know any life reasonable skill set. Like, we're worried about our kids learning about critical race theory. Like, that's a problem. Why aren't we concerned that our kids systematically understand what to do when a terrorist is in their building? This isn't even a war zone. Those are white kids. White kids. I don't know what else do you need to be aware of. Like, how many of them have to go for us to be like, all right, we got to do something? we are not willing to take that risk. And if that was really an officer behind the door, his speech literally sent them into a panic, further proving that officers have no de-escalation skills. How do you fix this? How do you fix it? I'll say this. That kid who was talking at the door, he's got balls, man. He's going to be a leader. The ultimate kudos go to this kid. The future generations are going to be okay if these old fuck-ass farts could get out our goddamn way. If the boomers just boom, we would be fine. If every boomer just boomed, we would be fine. Fill up your diaper, watch Judge Judy, and sit the fuck down and get the hell out of our way. Kudos to those kids. That's tragic. That's true track, but that's just, my name's Hiro. That's a perspective. That's my thing. This is the Identity Booth. I'm eager to know what you think about the situation. What advice are you giving to your kids when it's time to send them to school? Are you giving them a book bag with armor plates in it? Are you giving them a lunch box that has armor plates in it? Are you teaching them how to tourniquet gunshot wounds? Like, what advice are you going to give to your kid when it's time for them to go to school? Leave it in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
We can catch the vibes, but it's so hard to find through the daily grind. We're working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line, and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night. Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight. Slow it down, and we can catch the vibes.